in this series? Let's go ahead and find out as we dive in. First round will be on Gardens.
Already improvement in terms of fan participation here for GEEKSTAR to last week.
You can always start handing out free monitors and graphics cards. That would get you a lot of fans real quick.
Certainly, I might become the next big GEEKSTAR fan.
I could chill.
You know, I think GEEKSTAR might actually have a great chance again in this group in first or second place. I take everything back.
I was considering updating my monitor anyway. You know, hey, no, just kidding. We're not going to do any of that.
Well, you know, I expect that we're going to see mirrored compositions here. We've seen a lot of Winston on Garden over the Reinhardt. And that is what we are, in fact, going to see here with the players here. Don't mind the misplaced Luke B on the top of your screen.
Yeah, Krong needs to be rotated over to the side, but we'll worry about that later. For now, Humbaba going to be charging forward, gets stunned up for the moment, trying to retreat, falling low, down below 100 HP here. And who is actually going to be picking up the first kill of the fight as Luke B will be taken down. Charge forward for GEEKSTAR, just trying to keep GableSheet in that mech. Seems like it might just fail it. Yeah, will get popped out at the last moment there by Rain. Point going to be unlocked. Starting to take up for GEEKSTAR. O2 still poking their way through. We should be rejoining. A lot of damage coming through from these right clicks on the Zarya. Krong really layering in the damage. Has that Graviton Surge ready to go, but sound barriers out from Waffle. Keeps them all topped up here, at least for the moment. One falling low. Armor coming out on the back of this rally from Assassin. Swinging away though, Arrow up into the front line. Finds the first kill here for O2 as Leo will get taken down. Transcendence out from Hoop, keeping everybody else alive. Point still not capped by either side, but GEEKSTAR are getting forced back. Self-destruct coming out. Shield is up, absorbed as well. And it seems like O2 might just be able to convert this with these kills coming through now.
Much better usage there of the remake coming out from Humbaba versus what we just saw from GableSheet, and it's going to be one of the last moments there that turns it. You know, the support ultimate's better timed for O2, even though Waffle had a faster sound barrier and it was perfectly timed there.
Incredibly fast.
Yeah. And
same with Krong's Graviton, which he has another one, by the way.
Sure. And that's the main reason why Waffle had more support ultimate was because they took more damage in the fight, right? So he was healing more.
All right, well, Krong's going to be, Rain rather, going to be zipping around here, trying to keep everybody else topped up. Dive into the back, Leo kind of isolating himself, but has a primal range, joins in onto the point, trying to disrupt O2, knock them off. Baba will get popped out of the mech. He pushes forward, another Transcendence going to be online. Now Arrow going to be taken down. That's going to be a 3-for-1 special here, really, for the side of GEEKSTAR's. Assassin will get stomped out by Luke B, taken down by Leo, who is just picking up frag after frag. Graviton out from Yum1, going to be locking up the remaining members of O2 team. 4 of them going to get taken down. Highly the last one to fall, and the flip will come in. 44% gain for O2. Decently fast flip here for GEEKSTAR, and they have multiple ultimates online, including both support ults.
And the biggest thing is highly used as Transcendence right at the end of that lost fight. And that's, you know, it's something you can build pretty quickly in this meta with good Zenyatta play, but had he used it later when the grab came down, maybe he could have flipped it there, but it wasn't there for that big ultimate, and the team fight was already essentially lost. So hurts a lot to lose this at 44.
High energy here for Yum1. Trying to build up for that next grab. Krong will get there faster, it would seem, unless he gets picked off. A little bit of damage off screen. Right clicks coming through from the side. Weakening the members of O2 as they try to get the approach here on the point. Leo and Arrow going to be taken down, a 1-for-1 so far. Grab comes down. Not going to be finding anything with this up the struck when Baba makes it back into the back. Yum1 going to be smacked away. Gets a massive amount of shielding coming through on the back of Waffle's sound barrier. Now going to be pushing back in. Graviton Surge just 2% away. Builds up for it. Hits it straight into the wall here. Going to be locking them up. Bomb into the back side. And that's going to be Krong and Luke B taken down now. Arrow as well going to be eliminated. GEEKSTAR have the lead and they have control still. Now it's 60%.
The Graviton Surge for O2 was just so well countered by the support ultimates on the side of GEEKSTAR. They timed them well. They've been really efficient with their ultimates. They're still holding a little bit of that armor from the previous rally. They can use, because of that, the current rally is more of a, you know, amp it up sort of healing Lucio style ultimate. So O2 need to clip this now. They have no ultimates.
Yeah, very little to work with. Leo right now going to be the only one on the side of GEEKSTAR. Has that primal rage ready to go. really got to a position where he might have had to pop that, but will get top back up. Who as well, burning his way up towards that next Transcendence, and Highly is going to get picked off. Crunk throws down the Graviton Surge. Leo, however, is just knocking everybody from O2 away, so they can't get any damage and they can't get any kills. Now the chase forward as they hit 94%. There's a back cap coming through in the meantime, but whether or not, even if they get control here with Rain, maintaining it just seems so unlikely. He's going to get chased off before he can finish the cap. OT is ticking down. Leap in from Luckby, but it's a little bit too late. And GEEKSTAR will, in fact, take the first round of Legion.
And I think, you know, a lot of this comes down to, as, you know, we've been talking about a lot these past 2 weeks in this 3-3 GOAT style meta. The better support ultimates in terms of charge, building that quickly, which Waffle has been able to do in a lot of these situations. We're using mostly Healing Song versus Speed Boost, as well as the extra damage he's putting out with his left click. That and the timings that we're seeing here to counter these grabs, understanding when to use the ultimates, not just to use them in every fight. When you think things are going to go wrong, using them only in the best moment to get the most efficiency out of them, and building them quickly, is I think the main reason why GEEKSTAR comes up ahead here. And they're the closest they've ever been to taking a map now in this tournament, so got to be feeling great right now.
All right, well, let's see how things are going to fare. Rather than now, going to swap over to the Reinhardt here. You and Luckby is going to be meeting each other up front. Assassin taken down instantly. Now Waffle gone. That's going to really slow down the pace of that sound barrier. And Rain comes up with a double with the boom. Who and Yomwan both taken out. Mbaba just giving a nice little wave here to the camera. And the first cap will be gained by O2 yet again. But can they maintain control this time?
That is the big question. Luckby on the Reinhardt now. Definitely a more comfortable hero for this player who made a name for himself on Meta Athena, the most experienced player on this squad. As GEEKSTAR is going to try to approach here, get an opening pick.
Push up here through the choke, swinging away, arrow in the front with that rally popped. Armor over to everyone here.
Leo so
locked down. Oh my god, the pin coming in. Assassin gets dropped. A huge shatter coming out from Luckby. Locks them all down. Who gonna get picked off right at the end? GEEKSTAR. Not this time.
GEEKSTAR playing really greedy, the same way they were playing last time, taking a lot of damage, trying to heal it up and burst to keep the tank alive, but he had no barrier, and O2 focused him down the second the barrier was gone. He was so low anyways, had he just died straight up too, then that would have been the end of it. But he does lose his barrier. They do get the massive shatter off. And O2 team has a massive ult advantage now.
Pushing their way back in, Leo, shatter of his own, ready to go. They go into the shield bash, still catch multiple members. They get the Zarya shield up on the Luckby, but everybody else is vulnerable. Leo gets a pin kill there onto Highly, but takes himself off the side of the map. Now Luckby, I guess, doing the same, just abandoning here. Not wanting to feed over any extra ult charge here to GEEKSTAR as they gain control. 58% gain for O2, so a 14% increase compared to Gardens.
Absolutely well played though by O2 to just straight up, you know, delay the fight, back off, let the point go, don't waste ultimates here like they did last time. Remember last time Krong had the super late grab. They committed the Transcendence after that as well, after they had already lost 2 members. This time they hold the ultimates, they're coming back more patiently, and they have a better opportunity to control this. Yomwan barely doesn't have a grab. He wishes he did, or he could protect this choke, but they're going to have to take the fight on the point itself.
Well, he can have it very swiftly. He doesn't get poked down any further. It's 90%. Can definitely build this up in the fight unless they get wiped off the face of the map here. So now 98%. First grab's going to be coming down. Transcendence is down from who? Topping them up. Bomb into the back. Shields up. Leo going to be able to block that one out. Now it's a responding grab coming through. Shields up again. Not going to find anything with the self-destruct. Transcendence from Highly helps keep them alive, and Leo will get taken down. This is what you were talking about yesterday. That second Transcendence can lead to the victory, especially when you have Rain behind you as well as that secondary support. Another double boot. The same damn targets. Both of them going up the side of the map. And O2 team will be able to regain control.
He's just able to do so much. He's such a great Lucio player. I couldn't tell you his exact age, but again, I'm shocked that he was not picked up for Overwatch League after last season. He's one of the better Lucio players. He has a good understanding of when to use speed boost, when to use songs. And in a meta like this, a player like that is so invaluable. Rally to approach here for GEEKSTAR, but they do not have a grab, so this is a tough attack here.
Pushing their way through, sound barriers out from Rain as they take the fight forward over on a GEEKSTAR. But now, if Leo can nail the shatter, be a big problem. Arrow going to be the one getting caught and taken down, but Leo on the charge will fall in exchange on the Reinhardts here. As O2 team is going to be operating 2 men down. Prong nearly with another Graviton Surge. Humbaba sitting here with that self-destruct. Will he dump it? No. The answer here is just going to be, the solution rather, is just going to be to wait, come back in with these ultimates, try to take one final fight to get that flip and close it out.
He had a great angle, but he knew his teammates were gone, and it's better to just hold it in this case and then use that, you know, dying diva form to get a few extra percentage points here. But GEEKSTAR will have what they didn't have previously on the retake, is the grab to control the choke. It's almost there, in fact. There's a tiny window where actually O2 can get in here before that's ready.
Yep, one. Nearly having that one, gets chunked down to about half HP, throws it down, responding, coming out, everybody's going to get locked up together, the bomb's coming through, yet again, no one's going to be taken down, the Transcendences are out, Hyli's going to be expiring first, Waffle comes over that boot kill there on the look, be taking him down, ticking away as we enter into OT. GEEKSTAR, can they pick up this map win? Sound barriers out, Rain still building up for his next one, Lookby has the Shatter online, it needs to be a big one, but people are dropping around him like flies. Humbaba out of the mech, Hyli and Arrow just before going to be gone. Rain's in the back, skirting around the side of the point here. Pushes forward, finds the kill on the young one. Now drops the sound barrier, catching the 3 remaining members as Humbaba makes his way back into that mech, but Lookby will not be able to survive. Humbaba's off the side, Rain finds one, but that's it. GEEKSTAR close out Lijiang 2-0.
That last fight, we had both grabs flying, but it was the later Transcendence from GEEKSTAR we saw there was not coming out from O2. They had it early. They did not have a sound barrier. I mentioned this term earlier, and it's the best way I can think to describe it because this is such an important thing in this meta. I'm going to start calling it support ult chicken, okay? The person who ults first is always going to be at a disadvantage because of the way that healing output works. So, I mean, if you guys have a better name for me, you know, tweet at me or post on Reddit, whatever, but that's like the best way I could describe it. I was thinking about this a lot last night about how to come up with a term for this, but they lost chicken, okay, in that fight, and they didn't have the second sound barrier. If they had their sound barrier, they could have waited. Rain could have hit that one afterwards, but they didn't have it. And because Waffle did, Hu and Waffle just end up with the better trades there. And when both grabs are going off like that, the only thing that matters is how much damage could you mitigate with your support ults. And if you ult too early and theirs comes after yours, then you're always on the better spot because you're doing damage while they can't damage you. So it's a fine line you have to walk there, because if you ult too late, your members die, but it's very, very, it's a thing that no one's really talking about in this meta. It's very high skill to understand exactly when to press that button.
I was going to say, it's very much like the, you know, the classic Roadhog 1v1.
Yes, it's very much like that.
Whoever hooked second would always win unless you were terrible at Roadhog. You know, if you were good enough, if you hooked second, you would always come out on top of that fight. But, yeah, I mean, some missed timings there really do help GEEKSTAR get control, but overall just much more solid play coming through. So GEEKSTAR finally put a map win on the board, got completely shut out by Runaway in their first series, and now they kick off their second with a victory. Very nicely done by them. Need to work on their dance moves, I guess, because, you know, the Zenyatta versus Zenyatta, the Omnic folk dance.
Yeah.
You want to be the second one to join in. You don't want to be asking if they would like to dance with you. You want to be the one getting asked if you want to dance with them.
That's right. So you always want to be, you know,
courted. I guess.
Courted, exactly.
That's the way. Yeah.
You know, don't be aggressive. Be defensive. Take that later. Yes. Wait, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, yeah. I got you.
It was a very bad joke.
But yeah, I mean, the other side of the coin, you could look at it this way, right? The support ultimate chicken, like who ults second, you know. But you could also look at it like how much damage output is in there, because that is a factor. Because if the opponent's team is doing way more damage than you, then you have to ult. So there's both sides of that coin. I'm not trying to say that the support ultimates decide everything.
Oh!
This is pretty cool.
Oh, do it again. Yeah, pulls them all into the Graviton. That's great.
I don't know that player name, but it says bury them all, basically.
Bury them all.
I guess that's what that. I think that's what that means.
That's a little dark. What?
Well, it's an actual functioning diva gun here.
Okay. Well, let's show off the gun a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the sign's cool.
It is,
but I want to see that pistol. How much? How much do you want for it? I'll buy it from you right now. Put that on my wall.
Let's win Korea Contenders also. It's a Krong sign there. O2 fan on the left.
I would think that would be a Geggery sign. Look like a...
Well, you know, Krong and Geggery used to be teammates on Rock's Orcas.
Okay. Is everybody just like frogs and stuff?
I guess.
All right.
Krong actually played Zarya on that roster, even instead of Geggery, who was actually on Diva at the time, even though she was known for Zarya. Very similarly to where she transitioned in Shanghai Dragons.
We did get to see her play Zarya a couple of times.
Yes, like on
during the
Rock's
Orcas.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember one time on King's Row as well, but yeah. So seems very similar to her Shanghai Dragon situation.
Well, she says she comes, she watches Volume Up, which is one of the talk shows we have out here. It says every week at 8 p.m. I can't see what day it is. Looks like Thursday. Every week at Thursday, 8 p.m. If you want to watch Volume Up, check it out. Play Overwatch KR. Yeah. So we have a sub with Decal in. Shocker.
So it is an Overwatch show.
Yeah, it's actually like the official Blizzard Korea show.
Just here, like, just advertising a TV show.
I think that's
it's
the
like
official
on KBS or something.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
I might go on it at some point. I've been invited a few times and I haven't had time, unfortunately, to make an appearance. But I'm back in Seoul now, and we're casting.
We are casting right now, in fact. So Decal going to be coming in. Arrow going to be stepping out. This was anticipated. Whether or not we're going to have any other changes yet to be seen, we'll find out momentarily, though.
Seems pretty unlikely. I don't think we'll see Climax subbed in this case. I mean, okay, here he comes. You give me the look. I
cheated. I looked behind me, and I was just waiting for you to realize.
So I want to see, for me, the biggest interesting thing about O2's roster is this sub. Because, sure, we saw him attempt some Widow plays last week on Hanamura. It actually didn't go very well for him. He ended up losing the duel to Ons, if everyone remembers correctly. Which, again, I said, like, happens only 4 out of 10 times that Ons actually wins that trade, but he did. That cost them the map in a few ways. I mean, it really cost them a lot of time bank, which then led to the demise later. But the difference here, I think, is, like, he's still playing majority on the Zarya. Occasionally on the Brigida, but mostly Zarya. And we know that Krong is the better Zarya. Oh, yeah. That's quantifiable at this point. So does this mean that O2 is trying to slowly push Climax into this role where his Zarya is improved by playing it on tournament play? Or is it really just for those Widow opening duels on point A of Hanamura, for example? That's the question that I'm trying to find the answer to throughout this week and, you know, the weeks to come, is trying to understand this Climax sub, because there were a few subs we've had over the seasons that were very puzzling. For example, the Hureg subs that we saw from time to time, some of the Ivy subs we saw. And it's always fun to try to figure out what, you know, our opinion is very strong on the situation, right, but what the coach's reasoning is. And obviously, you know, afterwards I could speak to him and go cheat, but during the live broadcast here, trying to figure out why this particular sub makes sense, because when you look at the history of Climax and his hero pool, it does not, right? And he underperformed on the hero last week, but yet again they make the same sub. So O2 Boss has decided that for one reason or another, this is the right move. And let's find out. I mean, we don't know what map it's going to be yet. I would imagine that Hollywood is something they're strongly considering. It's the map that Blossom chose against them last week.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look here. I mean, so these are the same swaps that we did have when they played versus Blossom, but that was with a victory coming in. So now, suffering that loss, still going to be making these same moves. I mean, Decal was absolutely phenomenal every time that we saw him subbed in. I believe he only played 2 maps, though. Yeah, after Hollywood, we saw Arrow come back in, and then after Hanamura, Decal came back in, and it was just phenomenal play from him. So, see if we can get more of that. Might be enough for O2 to pick up a victory on whichever map it's going to be and tie up this series. Let's go ahead and take a look, and it will, in fact, be Hollywood.
So this explains further the Decal sub. I mean, he's got a very large hero pool, and his Genji in particular, he swapped to it actually after starting on the Brigida.
Yeah.
After they had really one push left, realistically, and he was able to get dash reset kills and get a Dragon Blade and save the map for them. and they ended up winning it in the end, but they were nearly full held by Blossom on A, so became the hero for them there, and I imagine that we will see potentially, if the time bank gets low again, if the situation becomes desperate, once again that Genji come out from this player.
Or he just starts with it. We'll find out. Probably wants to do a little bit of scouting before he commits to the Genji, but here we go. Hollywood set and ready. O2, can they tie this up? Or will we see GEEKSTAR advance 2-0? And that match point.
That is the question.
Go from no map wins to 2 in a row.
Certainly would be a bit of a skill test reveal for them, you know, it would speak really more volumes to Runaway's skill than anything else if they are able to win this series in dominant fashion. We'll talk more about that if it becomes the case. For the attack here, Decal will start the Pharah. Remember last time he had some issues getting into good position to do that maximum damage. You see the climax on the Hanzo. So this makes sense, right? This is a little bit different.
Oh, yeah, pushes around the corner, spots him out. Everybody else peeling back, denying any damage away. Yeah, going in very aggressively. Watch with that concussive blast, but still not really going to get punished. Maybe this might lead to his death, but does manage to stay alive. Takes a lot of damage in there, and Assassin will get taken down as he tries to push inside up the stairwell.
Fortunately
for him, Waffle. One more shot
off.
would finish him off, and they're able to find it. Luck B comes in, gets that kill. Who does snipe Decal out of the sky? Might just be able to get a res through onto him from Rain here momentarily as the point starts getting capped.
This Hanzo works so well with the Pharah too because you just burst down the tanks, get them low. If you can do that, then the rocket damage is going to be enough to finish the rest off. Who does just try to get a little bit more ult charge here and maybe tag the point for 1 second, but cap is here first. Push is a cap. We're going to see the Dragon Strike perhaps tossed before we see hero swaps. They've also got the the Barrage. So very powerful ult setups here to get this cart of free push moving.
Be pushing forward.
Trying to predict the timing here.
Scouting this out. She takes a lot of damage there. Has to retreat. Some
look at this.
Coming in. The Barrage maybe in a perfect position. Drops it down. Finds one. The Dragon Strike getting 2.
That was
yeah,
so
it's just
well
going to
done.
be 2 for 3 now as Climax goes ahead, picks up a kill, and I mean they just destroyed them.
You smoke them out with the Dragon Strike, and when they exit the door, you've got the Barrage ready. That was very well coordinated. Now they could swap heroes if they'd like to. I mean, sure, you could make the argument, make the case for continuing to run this comp, but that's just 2 ultimates used to get such a free amount of damage. They're going to look to control his choke point now without Zarya because they don't have the ults yet and they couldn't build them anyways. Look at this damage already coming out from Climax.
Yep, up to 45%. Putting arrow after arrow there into that mech. She's going to be popped out. Drops down that self-destruct. Not going to be able to find any picks. Makes it back in successfully. Luck B in the meantime has been taken down. And GEEKSTAR wants to take a fight over to the side of O2. Riley using that Transcendence Bomb. Going to be burst there by Humbaba. Makes his way back in. Leo going to get sniped mid-elite. Climax taking him down. Another Dragon Strike rolling through. I think he's not going to be finding any targets this time around, but Decal is still taking names. Gets the pop out there. She's mech, and Humbaba scoops up the kill on the pilot form. Barrage coming down. Gets all 3 of them. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to kill Yom1, but does make it through that bubble. Takes him out, and this is such a fast steamroll through the street space here on Hollywood.
Well, now they just have total control of this. We should see 1 last-minute contest here from Leo.
Can they kill him before he gets Primal? No. He's got actually a really meaty leap there, so we'll be able to get the Primal Rage up.
This is actually really nice for GEEKSTAR because they have this grab, so this could be a really nice time buy for them. Early Transcendence, but it's okay against the comp that O2 is running. They don't have big combos.
Graviton Surge going to be lacking. Barrage can help out certainly with that, but the Barrage still can get through that Transcendence healing. Decal takes on Leo. Highly going to be traded out of Humbaba. Now going to pop out of the mech. Graviton Surge will be tossed in, locking up a few remaining members that were nearby. Luck being back over towards the cart, trying to get this thing advanced as much as he possibly can.
Was hoping for the back cap there, but GEEKSTAR call him out on it, deny him, and Primal.
He's not nearly as elusive and sneaky as a Lucio.
No, certainly not, especially when he's primaling in to get it. And That's actually a pretty expensive ult to use in this situation.
He's literally
O2
screaming.
I mean, they're not going to swap, man. They think this is the counter to, you know, the 3-3 that GEEKSTAR is running. They've got this big barrage now. They're watching the Matrix here as Decal sweeps around the left side.
It's 5 ults ready to go. Could just do the same thing. A lot of them grouping up inside. Dropping, hitting the deck, spots him out. Dragon Strike, will we see it?
Yeah, we do.
There it is. Climax Flying Suit, taking him down. Sound barrier out from Waffle. Decal gonna be killing himself, I
Hits
suppose.
the wall, I think.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Will be eliminated. The barrage not going to find any damage, any kills here. She going to get popped out by that self-destruct. And the cart still going to be halted here, however. High energy from Young1 taking a lot of damage. Final shots coming down. Climax able to scoop up the kill. Finally keeping everybody else topped up. Transcendence going to be out. Waffle going to be skirting around the fight. Who now with the Transcendence of his own helps escort the remainder of GEEKSTAR back over here onto the cart. Leo up onto the high ground, pops the Primal Rage again. Decal just keeps layering rocket after rocket in, finds the kill there on a Waffle. Tries to follow up for Assassin, can't quite finish him off. Leo basically on his lonesome will get taken down. The barrage comes out as well as the Dragon Strike, and that will be gained by O2. So they bumped the time bank up very slightly, but
yeah,
it was a good halt by GEEKSTAR. They took a lot of time away.
I feel like this is a masterclass defense by GEEKSTAR. I mean, absolutely incredible. And O2 stuck with his comp. They had a few sloppy fights, but they definitely got the very bad end of the trade here, as they should have had a much larger time bank, realistically, had they swapped after the first barrage combo that got them the wipe, where they got that free push. Nice positioning here by Luke B, though, but he is knocked away.
Just up on the high ground, zapping away. In the meantime, Eileen going to get dove on by Leo, taken down. Who gets the kill on the Decal? Primal Rage still comes out from Luke B, so again, maybe a little bit questionable here. Picks up a kill on the Waffle, but there's no way to convert this into a push on the cart.
I think it's, you know, it's a problem because...
Okay, he's swapping to Ryan.
Yeah. It's a problem because if they had an opportunity to really follow up and chase kills there, like if they had the goats set up, then it would have made more sense. But because they did not, you know, it was obviously just going to be for the swap there. Might have even wanted to see a faster swap. Either way, they control the cart now. They don't have the same time bank they would have liked to had to build those grabs for this push. And GEEKSTAR has a great set of ultimates coming up just now. So O2 needs to make this fight efficient.
Jump in, Gableshi gonna get stunned up by that break that's in the mix. Grab comes out from Young1, 3 gonna be gone, make it 4. This Heinley will die with that Transcendence, and Rain cannot make it back into the spawn room fast enough. The Rockets tag him up.
And O2's
held.
They have 12% gained only for Climax's grab here. They're going to have to take a risk. They're going to be down on ultimates. Sure, the Zarya's match ults, but the defender's advantage is massive for GEEKSTAR here, and they have the better support ultimate charge at the moment. So they're going to have to take a risk here. They're going to have to look for an opening pick. They're going to go for the grab bomb.
Oh, bomb's going to be exchanged on both sides. Now they're going to be finding kills very reminiscent of Lijiang Tower. Being trying to get that Shatter online. Sound barriers out from Waffle. Leo has a Shatter ready to go. The opportunity. Shield coming up, comes around from the side, locks it down, finds, I believe, 3. Pin comes out, and Baba's going to get knocked out. An O2 team might be held right here, halfway to C. 45 seconds remaining. They realistically have one more attempt at this.
Yeah, they took the risk with Humbaba's self-destruct to try to split GEEKSTAR into 2 groups, but the positioning of Leo was really good. The bubble came up properly from Young1. Then we had O2 commit to just getting Climax ult charge, but he still doesn't have it. He's only got 30 seconds left. Like you said, this is the last push. So the gamble doesn't pay off. O2 on their last legs here.
So there, look B. Getting locked up, the Zarya shield comes in, now has the Shatter online, but he's going to get snagged up into this Graviton Surge. The kills, but Leo oversteps, pushes a little bit too far forward. Transcendence isn't in time. Shatter is absolutely massive. The pin comes down. Assassin's going to be eliminated. O2 need to make this push. The finisher here. It's the knock up on the Gable Sheet, taking down that pilot form. The cart starting to advance.
They need to camp.
Enter into OT.
They need to camp this entrance. They can't let everyone spill out and get onto the cart, or they will lose control.
That's right. The grab.
Yeah, he's got the grab, so they need to buy time. They need to stay up at the front. Everyone's starting to spill out, though. There just wasn't enough time to get Climax back here.
They have the bigger bang combo online. If they can pull it off, might just punch their ticket to this point C cap. Sound barrier's going to be out, locks them in. Bomb's going to be dropped right here on the cart. The Shatter coming down. Assassin going to be eliminated. Gable Sheet pushed out of the mech and taken down. Young1 alive, but trying to retreat, and he cannot tag in. O2 team are able to complete Hollywood, but with no time in the bank.
GEEKSTAR, you know, we talked about this. Sure, the grab combo there at the end is what wins them the map, right? Was what secures it. Climax does get back. We see the aggressive positioning of Luke B to try to make sure they had that time to get there. But the biggest story is going back to the support ult chicken. In that fight, the reason why they lost control is because Leo and Assassin died because the Transcendence was for the first time late coming out for who. He did not have it in time. They died, so that's the other side of the coin we were talking about is sometimes if you're trying to really just hold it to the last second, you'll lose someone in a fight, you'll wait too long. And those 2 opening picks allowed them to corral everyone back, allowed Climax to get the respawn, come in to set up for that ult. So just one moment of a little bit of greed, honestly, on the side of GEEKSTAR, on the side of who in particular on that Zenyatta, cost them big. It is only an overtime completion, as you say, but it would have felt a lot better to have denied that completion.
Pretty darn close, though, here for GEEKSTAR, really leveling up the performance. And like you said, I mean, this also does just show us a little bit more as far as Runaway's potential dominance. They had a bit of a hiccup yesterday, we could say, with some overconfidence coming through versus WGS, which did cost them their final map of the series. But, I mean, GEEKSTAR leveling up, Runaway looking great. 0-2.
It does raise a lot of questions.
But how are they going to be faring here against GEEKSTAR's attack? We'll see how this defense is going to be pulled off. It's no Hog.
Yes.
It's going to be the classic McCree Junkrat here.
Just going to scout first, get some information about what this is. They check the high ground room, and once they find out about the McCree, they'll either decide to commit to this or swap up the comp. They're going to at least do one push because there's no reason to just run back. They're going to try to go around the backside here. So GEEKSTAR smartly gets it up. Yep.
Right back here into the front, trying to catch them as they reposition. Baba going to get tagged up a little bit here from the low ground. First hit going to be gained by GEEKSTAR. They take a lot of damage, and Waffle will get taken down. Decal able to find that kill. Push up onto the high ground. Leo and Gableshee both going to be eliminated. Second tick does get picked up. Just to, oh, actually, no, just shy of it.
This was actually such a gamble by GEEKSTAR, but I really like it. They essentially decided to take the fight against a choke point. They knew O2 would rotate up to this high ground. They took the fight there, but where they were going to have a disadvantage in the choke point, but they gained control of the point itself, which is what gets them that first tick. See if the follow-up push can get a second.
Top of the bubble, Riptide going to be coming up and around. Leo will get popped in exchange on these main tanks as Look B is dead. Point is still getting capped. In the meantime, they try to contest with the McCree, gets taken down, and overall, GEEKSTAR, I mean, they might as well have gotten that on the first push. It only was about maybe a 15-second difference.
Yeah.
So still very successful for them.
And with the really nice delay on the Streets phase from GEEKSTAR, we bought so much time against that Zarya Hanzo. They're going to be feeling really nice about their chances of matching that time or making it better once they get through B. Leo just going to try to build up that final part of his primal. He gets that done. But they're sticking with the meta comp, right? O2 is the one who's trying to keep it different. Rain is still holding on to this Ana to look for heal denies, but he does not have the counter to the grab. They've only got one.
Jump into the back from Look B. Bomb into the back as well. Baba not going to find anything. Remix, who going to get taken down. Grab comes out. Yum One locking them up. Trying to get everybody topped up. Rain as well. Retreating, getting tagged on this. Ana will get felled at the end there. Leo with a primal range is able to finish him off. The bomb from Gableshee gets him Baba. And it is just cleanup time here for GEEKSTAR.
You can feel
charge forward.
You can feel the difference with only one counter to the grab, how difficult it is when you're running an Ana. You don't have that secondary barrier, or transcends for everyone you swapped over, in this case, the Lucio. So that was really unfortunate for them there. And O2 also tried to go for that bash into the self-destruct, failed that, wasted that ultimate. So GEEKSTAR now has both support ultimates online for this contest.
Now barrier out, Waffle starting things off. Transcendence going to be ready to go, as you say, and Look be the first one to get taken down. Assassin swinging away like a madman. Comes up with that kill onto the enemy Winston. Humbaba getting pushed back, chunked out of the mech, and eliminated. 5:05 on the clock to start off this final stretch. GEEKSTAR, oh man, you're talking about their, wonderful defense. Now we need to see a masterclass from O2.
I imagine we're going to see Leo swap over to the Reinhardt here. He just wanted to get a little bit of information, jump in. Actually, perhaps spoke too soon on that one, as his team is now getting staggered back after his suicide mission. That's why I was going to say I think he was switching. He is. But it was maybe hoping to trap O2 if they overextended there. That cost them a lot, actually, because that gave O2 better ultimates. Highly finishes off his Transcendence. And now they have the choke point controlled, actually.
Stuns there, Graviton getting it thrown down, but not going to be able to find anything taken away. Now lock up coming in. Bomb going to be dropped by Humbaba looking for a pick. Will be able to find Waffle. Leo taken down right before. GEEKSTAR again going to be contained here. Climax just burns his way up to nearly 60% here for that next grab.
You know, Leo's at first throwaway death there where he was going to switch to Ryan. I liked it at first because I really felt like, okay, he's getting information, he's just going to have a faster spawn. But actually, it's really backfiring here.
Bomb out to the side, nothing for Gaboshi. And again, O2 just keep picking off Leo first, and that just opens up the rest of the team to charge forward
and it means
keep GEEKSTAR contained.
It means he's not getting any ult charge, it's giving Climax free ult charge to control these chokes. Breaking through this point is so difficult in this meta when your opponent has grab advantage, and that is exactly what Climax is holding. That's what we're watching.
Well, there you go, finds one opening kill for Leo. Taking down Decal, Climax still going to be holding it. Looking for an opportunity, but he's going to get taken down, overextends. Will be eliminated. Waffle coming up with the kill, and now the cart can move out of this choke, alleviating a lot of pressure for GEEKSTAR.
Nice usage of the Transcendence there for GEEKSTAR, because that's what allowed them to win that fight. The reason why Climax didn't drop that grab was because he was worried that the Transcendence would counter it, so he wanted to wait till the last second. He got a little bit greedy, and that's the opening there for GEEKSTAR. So risky choice there by Who, but it really does pay off.
Jump into the back, looks to be stunned up, but is able to pull the trigger on that primal range. But you can see he's still just playing back. He has to be so fearful because of these recent mixes to the 3-3 that we've had with the Zenyatta coming in. Even having that Winston is no longer a guaranteed survival. Primal range in, focus fire from everybody on the team, and you will go down.
Absolutely. Who gets out of there? They're going to commit the grab here.
Grab comes down, self-destructs from both sides, layered right on top of each other, but it's going to be Gaboshi coming up with the kill. As Luck B's taken down, Decal getting pinned just beforehand. Two members now, 3 down as Highly will fall. GEEKSTAR looking to get the completion here on the map with over 2 minutes on the clock remaining, and they get it. Just glides right in smoothly.
You know, we have to go back to the original question. Why was Climax subbed in? He played the Hanzo on attack. It was a really interesting and unique strategy with the combo of the Dragon Strike to force everyone out of position, then to set up the barrage. But once it was figured out the second time it was used, it didn't work. They stayed with it for a long time. And again, there's a reason. It's not like no one's ever thought of this before. The reason why it's seen so infrequently is because it's not the meta. It does not stack up to just having 3 beefy tanks that do decent damage with 3 supports that can sustain them. So the choice to bring Climax in on the Hanzo worked out initially on the attack, but not as well as they would have liked. But on the defense, when he couldn't run it, on the defense where they tried to run the McCree Junkrat, it failed, and he was just put back on the Zarya. Once again, he underperforms. Yum1 ends up being the more successful Zarya. He ends up being the Zarya who gets the bigger grabs, who has the better bubble usage. And GEEKSTAR just rolls them over there as a result. That one moment where he saw Climax hold the grab, he was just being too safe. So this is now a pretty nasty situation for O2 team. I mean, they have to have a much better hold than the hold they did not have just previously.
Yeah. Let's see if they can pull this off. 2:19 on the clock.
He's again on the Zarya, by the way. Not going to be trying anything unusual this time.
I mean, again, this could be GEEKSTAR moving up to 0.
Yeah.
The first 2 maps that they've won in the tournament so far. So here we go. Charging forward, not going to take any chances. Just going to be going straight up for the 3-3 here. Decal already taking down a half HP. Highly in the back, going to be spamming away, trying to keep everybody topped up. Luck B in the front, getting targeted. Falls low, but Gaboshi will get knocked out of the mech first and foremost, and Leo has a sliver of HP, which will get taken away from him. So nicely done on this initial defense, but they have to be careful about playing this far up. We'll just go ahead and try to poke out the retreating members of GEEKSTAR, but instantly have to reset back over to the point. If they want to play that far forward, it is such a gamble.
Highly just wanting to get that ult charge. That's the only reason they were up there, and obviously Luke B's tossing out a Flame Strike. But GEEKSTAR coming in around here, they don't have those ults yet. This is their last opportunity to build them. If they get an opening pick with a charge or something like that, they can win the map right now.
Well, Leo's going to be swinging away here into the front line, but taken down. Humbaba as the focus fire. Gaboshi as well will get popped out of the mech just around the corner. Climax right-clicking away, building up that energy, trying to get closer to that Graviton Surge. couple exiting tags would do the trick.
We're now in draw territory here for O2 team.
Yep.
They have the ability now to just, if they use their Transcendence late and carefully, control this choke point with the grab and the shatter, they should be able to hold this. They have those advantages. They fought efficiently here on A. All eyes on Luke B.
Shatter gonna be ready to go. Graviton searches in. They're looking for that bigger bang. Assassin and Leo both gonna be taken down. 38 seconds remaining. There's just enough time for a reset here for GEEKSTAR, but they are going to have to charge in and not get picked off. The shatter is still there. Luke B can shut this down single-handedly.
Exactly, and Hailey as well is gonna have the Transcendence. If he uses it second, you know, that is gonna be the key here. It's gonna be tough because Yeomon is gonna lead with the grab. If they could be eaten, it's all over the map as a tie.
Trying to cheat here, though. The bash comes in. They interrupt it. Pin still there. Leo will get taken down. Look, he finds the kill. Grabs on Surge coming out. Locks him in. Bomb going to be dropped. Boop comes through. She finds Rain. Decal is dead. Start making their way over onto the point. The sound barrier going to be coming through now. Look, trying to stay alive. Tries to go for a pin, but gets killed before he can find any target. Mbama melted out of the mech. They're in onto the point looking for that final tick. Leo slams down that shatter. They clean it up, and that is going to be GEEKSTAR looking to move here 2-0. A few remaining members of O2 will string in onto the point, but it is not going to work out. Victory goes the way of GEEKSTAR.
Waffle with the big right click there on the Lucio to set up that explosion, and beyond that, it was the safer play from GEEKSTAR we saw. O2 on both defenses there against the pushes coming through to end the game. They were the initiators. The opening grab worked well, but the follow-up, looking for the charge kill there, felt wholly unnecessary. Sure, they were down on ultimates. They felt they needed to take a risk that way, but they certainly could have used their positional advantage instead. They were greedy, and in a moment like that, you make one mistake, you get caught in a position where you can't defend your team because there's a Lucio behind you, because your tank can't threaten anybody, because he looked for the charge kill. Sure, he gets the opening pick, but the longer fight is not yours when you're down on ultimates and you trade like that. If they had gotten a charge kill and then gotten a second opening kill, for example, it's a totally different story, but that's the risk they took, and it did not pay off. We talk about risk a lot, you know, in Overwatch. When you're down on ultimates, sometimes you have to make a play like that. But I just don't feel like this is necessarily that moment. I think O2 is probably going to look back at it when they review the VOD and feel the same way.
I mean, it was just such a good reaction from GEEKSTAR. Great call to get that shield bash in to stop that Earth Shatter from getting dropped. Fantastic reaction from them. And a well-deserved, you know, 2 victories now coming in. They are going to be at match point. O2 looking to try to get that draw, but they're in a similar position where they still need to win the next 2 maps straight in order to try to force us to a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Would have been them winning the series had they gotten a draw and then got the next 2. But, yeah, now they need to get the next 2 and then win that final round of control on Nepal.
After already losing a map of control today.
Yeah.
Pretty close one, but I have to say, GEEKSTAR is really impressing. The coordination has been much better tonight.
Well, let's see if they can keep it up as we come back from the break, guys. We're going to go for about a couple minutes here. We'll be back with the rest of this series and see if GEEKSTAR can close it out over O2 or if they can resurge and get a reverse sweep.